too many, this sight would seem strange. However, I am not one of the many, as I see this every day. Every day at midday, I have an extra hour all to myself, in which time stands still for exactly 1 hour. Everything is so fast-paced in reality. We don't have time to just stop and observe the landscape. The 25th hour, I like to call it. It's like a museum. Fish in a bowl. The world is not my playground. Everything I do is undone when the hour is over, and I end up where I started. Back at home, looking up at the clock. Same goes for how the hour starts. Every 25th hour seems to be the same, if not similar. I'm somehow at center stage. A spotlight beaming at me, repeating the same performance over and over. The audience wait in anticipation to get their money's worth. But I never deliver the show they expect. Am I a coward? Some days, I didn't even bother. My guess, it is a place where I'm meant to be lost. I used to believe this extra hour at midday was a gift, but as time went on by, it just became an expansion of my loneliness. Was someone trying to show me something? About myself? Loner? Loser? But just like that, things changed. I found her. The days didn't blur together anymore, and the audience had shifted position in their seats. She seems to have stopped. She's thinking. What could have possibly crossed her mind that she had to stop and think about it? Every time I see her, she always seems to have stopped at this spot, simply to think. Which way does she come from? The answers that don't come drive me crazy, as I substitute them for my own ideas. Reality is our enemy. I wonder why she is so dressed up at night, when there aren't many people around. I come here hoping to understand what is going through her mind. I come in at night. I get the whole place to myself. Thinking about what? Thinking about a job? No, she seems beyond such everyday thoughts. Who is she? The answers never come, but I feel less alone by standing here. Strange. The audience, now a full house, with people sitting at the back peering through binoculars at the performance unfolding on stage. Us. I've tried to come here before the hour starts. You'd think I could see her as she made her approach. I never do. Otherwise we would have met. Maybe the forces don't want us to meet. I suppose this kind of love is a journey, not a destination. If we ever meet, what would I say?
It's always the same. It seems when you're single, all the happy couples come out to stalk you. Was I always this lonely? At midnight every night I get this 25th hour when time stands still. Some would consider this a blessing. An extra hour of sleep, for instance. But I'm not one who cares about sleep. Life is, after all, borrowed time. The 25th hour is such a lonely place. Everything done is undone by the end of it. So for someone like me, it seems like a waste of useful time. Time to make something happen. But who cares about me? I'm alone. Maybe that's my purpose. This was how I felt. The cards that I had been dealt. But something changed. It wasn't a new deck of cards, but it was a different game. Roughly 24 minutes from where I live, I found him. As if someone is always watching over me. He always seems to be in deep thought. What could he be thinking about? Why is he standing, all alone? Why the suit? At this time of night? Standing in the dark? It feels dangerous to come here at night. I am a lady after all, so I come here during the daytime when there are people around and stand in this spot. I do this as it inspires me to think. I can figure out what is on his mind when he is here. Unfortunately, I never figure it out and people look at me strangely. But for some strange reason I keep coming back. I feel closer to him by doing so. I no longer feel alone. I'm sure I'm in love with him. Yet, I've never met him. Somehow, I put on a show not meant for anybody else, but a show for him. The spotlight beams down at me on center stage. Can he see me? I always wonder, if I ever really met him, what would I say? See you
See you
in the 25th hour.